We see that in the letter written to the church of Smyrna, Jesus gave them a prophecy about their future. And guess what the prophecy was? Suffering, imprisonment, testing, tribulation, and physical death. Martyrdom for Christ was the destiny of this church. How many of you will remain members of your church if your pastor came on the pulpit next Sunday and read out Revelation chapter 2 verse 10 to you as your destiny? Would you remain a member of your church if your pastor prophesied Revelation chapter 2 verse 10 to you as your future? Let me read it to you again. Jesus said to them, "Do not fear any of those things which you are about to suffer. Indeed, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and you will have tribulation 10 days. Be faithful until death, and I will give you the crown of life." That was their prophecy. That was their destiny. Remember that this letter was written to the angel of the church of Smyrna. And I told you in the last session that the angel of the church of Smyrna was not an angelic celestial being. It was the pastor, the bishop over the Smyrna church. Remember that Apostle John, who was writing this letter to the churches, who received this revelation directly, was on the island of Patmos. And I told you the island of Patmos was not an island that was accessible to anyone. Most likely the government officials or whoever it was who threw John on the island of Patmos did so without the consent of the churches. So they did not even know where Apostle John was. So how then did they receive the letters? Via angelic delivery system. Of course, the angels of the Lord took Apostle John's letters to the various pastors and bishops of the 7 churches. And each pastor was expected to read out and communicate the letter they received from Apostle John to their congregations. Now in chapter 2 verse 10, Jesus said, "And you would have tribulation 10 days." Do you remember what Apostle Peter said about days and years with God? Look at it, the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8. Apostle Peter writing here says, "But do not forget this one thing, dear friends, with the Lord a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day." So if we are to go by the analysis Apostle Peter gave, could it have been possible that the tribulation of the church of Smyrna was to last for 10,000 years? If the writing of Apostle Peter applied to this church, would it then make sense to you why there are territories of the earth where it seems like the church of Jesus Christ has been under persecution for so many decades?